In this short video we're going to be looking at one connector in particular, and it's probably the most used connector in festive frames, and that is the 5-way. This was the very first one that we designed, and it looks very simple. You've seen it, you probably even may have it in your hands as you're watching this video. It simply is a 5-way connector, but it has a unique feature really, and that is that when you look into these holes on the side, you can't see through them because they end at the middle and they're blocked off. When you turn it around, you'll see there it's hollow right the way through. It's a pass-through hole, as we call it, and that's there for a reason, and it creates a set of rules that we always need to keep in mind with festive frames. And I'll first explain what the reason's for. The reason is that with certain circumstances where you will be building, let's say, a cube or a square, where you have, let's say for an example, a 70 centimeter rigid pole that is there, and then you come down and running adjacent to it, you might have a shorter pole or two shorter poles with a fitting in between. So I'll give you an example. A 70 centimeter pole and a 52 centimeter pole, or 52 and a half, and a 17 and a half should be able to run perfectly alongside each other. So when we put them into the 5-way, that's fine. But if we use the wrong holes, this is what happens. I'm using the holes that are blocked up now. Because we're not using that central 15 millimeters it actually makes this whole pole longer. So as you can see, when I line them up there and there, you can see that there's a difference in the length, and that difference is because of this central bit that's blocked. What we do to avoid that is we use the pass-through hole, the one that's hollow, and we'll use our thumb as a guide. We slide that into there. We do the same on the other side. We want to go in halfway, use the thumb as the guide. This should meet in the middle. In fact, you heard it click there. Right, so basically now when we look at the two poles are running adjacent to each other, the bottoms are straight to each other, and so are the tops, and that's why we have the pass-through. Okay, that's great in that circumstance, but it means that there's a set of rules that we have to bear in mind when we're using these 5-way connectors, is that if we're building a frame and we've got vertical poles, always use the filled in hole in the vertical position. Now the reason we say that is that if you use it in the pass-through position, there's a chance, because you can push down really hard when it's in a vertical position because the floor's underneath, you might go too far and it throws your frame out altogether. So get used to just checking your 5-way every time you use it to ensure that when a 5-way connector is fitted to a vertical pole, that you've got the pass-through in the horizontal position. If you've always got that, and even better than that, if you're building a large structure like a racing car, like the vintage car, or the Cinderella frame or whatever, think about keeping the horizontals all pointing in the same direction, if you can do, in terms of, you know, left and right and up and down or whichever. But basically the real rule of thumb is that pass-through really should always be in the horizontal position. If you get into a routine of doing that, then it's going to make life a lot easier for you.